Hey, hey, hey. Hello. Hey, I'm Lakeisha, and I'm the founder of an organization called Take Your Mask Off. And I wanted to come on today to kind of like chat with you about the organization, what's going on behind the scenes, and what's to come, right? So, for a lot of you, you know, but who don't know, Take Your Mask Off is an organization where we create a safe space for people to be able to remove their mask. And when we say mask, what do we mean? Mask is a false identity. That's it. A false identity that we choose to walk around in because of whatever reasons, because our mama said to act like this, or society said we should act like this, or because we're just not comfortable in our own skin, right? So we're here and we're creating a space where you can just be who you are. Period. No judgment, no pushback. Not to make you feel ashamed or whatever it may be. We are creating a safe space so you can walk in your authenticity. Right? We are here to create a space where you can walk in who God has created you to be because He is the ultimate creator and He don't make mistakes. Right? And so just a little bit about the organization. We started back in 2018, and we started off as a mentoring youth. Um, I have always worked with youth in my church, just because of my daughter used to always have her friends over when she was in high school. So I was kind of like the house that a lot of people came to just be around, right? And so just started listening to conversations with the youth and just really starting to understand what they really needed. Mind you, I am a mother. I am a mother of three, and so as a parent, I'm hearing these things. It's kind of like that's something, right? And but what's being done about it? Are they just figuring it out for themselves, or what's really going on? And so as my children was growing up, I used to always say we're gonna have a powwow. And a powwow was, well, I invited one of my children in and we talked, but I was not quote unquote mommy at that time. I was just a friend. To be able to say, okay, I can't react to what you're saying. I'm just going to sit here and I want to listen to you. And that's kind of how everything started with my children and kind of trickled over into other kids, right? And so when I created that safe space for my children, they were able to open up and not feel threatened with the title of mommy, but just being able to just talk freely. It rose in some conversations because I did address after the fact what I was hearing, but I had to learn to address it without being too overbearing or too dictatorship, right? And so as time moved on, I started doing it with their friends, and it just came something I just did. And so, like I said, in 2018, I started doing things more openly with other kids in the church. We had our first program back in 2018, and so we've been doing this for a good little while, right? And so what we do is we teach them how to walk in the creative creation of who God has created them to be. We teach them, we give them the tools, we give them the confidence to be able to walk in that identity without feeling like you have to put on a mask because you're not accepted, because you don't like it for whatever reason. People have told you certain things and you've accepted those criticisms or whatever it may be. So we just really walk it out with them and build their confidence, in who they are. Um, and then we also teach effective communication. And with effective communication, when you know who you are, you will be able to speak with confidence, right? You'll be able to speak with confidence. You'll be able to show up in confidence, and you'll be able to really just stand up for yourself and not have to shrink down because you don't like who you are. So we go through that model with them or teach them these things, right? And so a lot of our kids, and again, speaking from my experience, they didn't really want to express themselves to me because they didn't want to make me upset. I don't know where that concept came from of our kids not really speaking to us because they don't want to make us upset, but that's a real thing. We have kids that don't want to disappoint their parents, so they won't say anything, but they're hurting inside, right? And that's not fair to them. And so we teach them how to really have emotional intelligence. We have them to be able to walk through what they feel besides angry and happy, right? It's more emotions than those two emotions, but that's the only thing they're really taught, to be angry or happy, right? And so we teach them how to do all these things. And with that foundation, that's a foundation of a win, right? You're able to walk in confidence when you have these different dynamics that make you up as a whole person. And so it makes me really upset, not really upset, but it hurts my heart to know that a lot of kids just don't know how to express themselves. They don't know how to actually communicate. Being in schools, especially the middle school, I love middle schools, and being in the middle schools, the way they communicate when they're upset is they block people. That's all. They block people or they fight. Those are the two things that I found out that's their way of communicating. They block or they fight, right? And so we come in, we give them language, we give them audible language to be able to really feel confident enough to say, hey, you hurt my feelings. Oh, hey, I didn't like that. Instead of throwing hands, right? It's so much more than just wanting to fight or blocking people. And when they block people, the issue that they block them for is never solved. It's just stuffed away and they go back to doing whatever they were doing, or they just never address it. And so if they take these habits into the real world, they're doomed in a sense, right? That we have to give them the real tools to be able to exist in the world. And so that's what we do here in Take Your Mask Off, but we also have, at me again, me being a mom, if my child is coming to me with new tools, and I still have my old ears, my old ears, or my old way of thinking or hearing them, I'm going to think it's disrespect because they're speaking differently, but they're speaking more confidently, but it might come off a little edgy of disrespect if we're hearing from the same perspective we was hearing from before they got new tools, if that makes sense, right? So with the parents, especially single moms, I teach us how to hear differently. I teach us how to have healed ears. And that can be a little tricky, but the main thing we talk about on the kids' side is tone. Teaching them that it's okay to say what you want to say, but it's how you say it. It's okay to say certain things of how you feel, but it's how you say it. Check your tone is my main thing I tell them. You can say what you want to say in the sense you can express yourself the way you want to express yourself, but you have to check your tone. I know we get emotional sometimes. We come out and we speak through emotions, but we have to check our tone. So we got to walk away for a few minutes, get ourselves together, and come back to have a conversation. That is perfectly fine. But on the mom side, can we really receive what they're saying without getting offended or being defensive? Right. And so that's kind of what we teach here. And we go through more things with the moms also, because again, as a single mom, we kind of put ourselves on the back burners to raise our children. So we can get into all of that. We do so much here in the organization as far as just wellness for the family, teaching the kids and teaching the moms how to really become whole, become a new creature, become well, to heal on both sides of the spectrum. And when that happens and we come back together, we can make a whole, right? It's less tension. I won't say no tension because we're working with teenagers. However, we can have less tension. We can have better conversations. We can be able to express ourselves emotionally. We can be able to understand why you're feeling that way or why you're feeling that way. With the proper encouragement, the proper education or whatever it may be, the encouragement. Because again, here at Take Your Mask Out, we are here to create a safe space for you to be able to walk in your authenticity through speech, through confidence, whatever it may be. But that's what we're here doing, right? And so, what's coming up with the organization? We are in August. We're having what we call the small group for moms. And a small group for moms is called B, the letter B and the letter E, B. I used to have this saying when I was raising my mom, raising my children, I just want to be. I don't want to be a mom. I don't want to be an auntie. I don't want to be a sister. I just want to be Keisha, right? And that was my saying as I was raising my children. And when I kept saying that, the Holy Spirit revealed to me boldly emerging. Be. Just want to be. I just want to emerge from underneath those titles just for a second and just be me. Right. And so in this small group with single moms, we teach them how to get their identity back, right? How to tap into their emotional intelligence, how to be able to communicate, and communicate effectively, not through their emotions. Because as moms, we get wound up, we're frustrated, we're wearing all these hats, right? But we're still just human. But once we say it, it's hard to take that back, right? So before we actually let it come out our mouth, we have to have the tools to check ourselves, walk away, get it together, and then come back and have a conversation. But if we're in the heat of the moment because we're upset, we're frustrated, and we don't have the tools to just step back for a minute, we break our kids, right? We break them, and we don't do it on purpose, but it's so heavy. So we created a group where we can come in and kind of like just take away all that weight for a minute, bounce off of other women, learn that you're not by yourself, have a great conversation while we're passing tissue, all those good things, right? And so that's that organization is about just like allowing you and giving you that permission to be human without the title, just for a couple minutes. Right. And so that's one thing we're doing in August. The third Friday in August, we do that once a month. We come in, we have food, we listen to music, we kind of just really just set the atmosphere for us mothers for a couple of hours, and then we go back home and be that mom again, right? And so that's one thing that we have going on starting back up in August. So we've been doing it. We took a break for the summer, but in August we'll be doing that again. The third Friday in August. Also, our annual authenticity workshop is coming up in September. Right? It's coming up in September where we're going to walk through identity, effective communication, and emotional intelligence with our kids, but on a very extensive time. A very extensive time where they're going to get about 30, 45 minutes where we're going to have like a, a small group type deal where we're changing, like a breakout. It's like a breakout sessions that we're going to be doing with those topics, small groups, 5 to 10 kids in each group at a time, where they can actually be able to express themselves, do some real work, right? Some real work, bring up things they probably never even spoke about because they didn't have that safe space. And again, no shade to the parents because I am a parent, but sometimes our kids are not going to say to us what they will say to somebody else because they don't want to hurt our feelings. That's just a real thing, right? And so we're creating that space for them to come in and talk about those things, start the dialogue, start the conversation. We're going to support them because we're going to coach them after the workshop to continue doing the work. Right. And so we're going to be doing the authenticity workshop in September 19th at Bernie Ward. And the flyer and the information will start be coming out where you can register your child for this. And like I said, we're going to do the small groups for those three topics. We want to have SRP for financial literacy. We're going to have estheticians come in to teach them about their skin and body hygiene. We're having a mechanic come in to teach the young boys about just basic mechanic skills. Again, if you're a single mom, who's really teaching your boys how to do those type of things? And that's just one thing that we're teaching the boys because you know they want to be able to change the tire if their mom's tire, to boost their little ego or whatever. So we're going to give those tools, right? Then we have a mechanic, we have the estheticianist, we have the SRP for financial literacy, which is a family thing. We're also, like I said, with the breakout groups, and we're adding something new this year. We're adding a family or a parent breakout session where it's going to be about a 30-minute conversation with a licensed therapist who's going to come in and talk about those three topics with the parents. Again, this is a family dynamic. This is a family holistic type of teaching that I have really, really enjoyed doing. Again, sometimes us parents, we don't want to hear it, right? I get it. I get it. But if our kids are displaying some type of behavior, they're communicating to us. And we have to listen to their behavior more than their words, right? And so if we learn how to do things differently, we just might be able to curb that behavior. Again, not that I know everything, but I've walked this out. I've used this on my own children, even my own grandson. I've used this model and I know that it's working in my family. So I can only want to give it to you what I know works. I know it works. Is it easy to change the way you're doing things? It's not, but it's doable, right? It's doable. And so those are the things that I want to kind of come on here and talk about today. We'll take your mask off. I'm super excited what's to come with the organization because we're growing. We're growing. We're doing bigger and better things. We're partnering with other people, with other nonprofits too, because it's enough work out here for everybody. But just imagine that we all, two or three, come together that's doing something along the same work. How many kids and families we can reach, right? How many we can reach. And so, and one more thing that I wanted to mention after the authenticity workshop, we will be offering a 90-day coaching packet for every child or every mother that wants to come in to get coached, right? Coaching and therapy is two different things, right? I love therapy. I don't knock therapy, but sometimes we don't necessarily need therapy. We just need someone to talk to help us strategize to get to our destination. And that's what I do. I help you be able to come in to come up with a plan that you can actually follow to get to the destination you want to get to, a healthier family, being a better person, whatever it may be. We can come in as a coach and strategize and help you come up with a plan to get you where you want to be, right? So again, that's what's going on with the organization. I am super excited. I am partnering with multiple organizations in the CSRA because again, I am that person that wants to bring the community back. I believe in community. I believe in village. I believe in the village because as a mom, if I just need 5 minutes, if I don't have no one to call, unfortunately, my kid is going to catch the end of my frustration. And that's not good, right? So if you got somebody, hey, Keisha, can you come get my child for a few minutes? Yeah, bring them to the center. They can sit down here for a few minutes. Cool, right? The village, the community. We're building community here at Take Your Mask Off, starting with teaching us the foundation of becoming a healthier person. So I'm excited. I'm excited about what's to come. Throughout the weeks, I'm going to be giving benefits of allowing our kids to walk in their authenticity, the benefit of having effective communication, the benefit of having emotional intelligence, the benefits. Only thing we can do by learning these tools is benefit. That's it. That's it. If you want to become a healthier person, you have to start, right? We can't just think about it. We have to start doing the work. So again, I thank y'all for listening today. I am Lakeisha, and I am the founder of this amazing organization. If you can't hear my passion about what I do, I promise you, I can eat, sleep, and dream. Take your mask off and seeing what it is doing to people and for the people in the community. I help so many people behind the scenes that you probably will never know. But I do the work for real, for real. I do the work, and it has really produced a whole lot of benefits and a whole lot of testimonials that you'll be hearing pretty soon. Again, I've been doing it since 2018. So I'll just imagine testimonials that I just don't talk about because I'm not here to show up for me. I'm here to do the work. I'm here to show up for the people. I'm here to be able to be that vessel to get you to your destination. So I am who I am, and I love me. Take your mask off and become the next best version of yourself. You can find us on social media. Take your mask off. Take your mask off. Facebook underscore take your mask off on Instagram. And also, you can also go to our webpage and it has all the listing of what we're going to be doing in the next couple of months. Again, be your authentic self on purpose. Be who God created you to be on purpose. Till next time. Love you.